Hello, my name is Darren Thomas and I'm the Director of Educational Research Techniques. In this video, we're going to take a look at dealing with linear equations in the form of word problems, or in this particular video, just a word problem. So what we're going to do is, like as I've already mentioned, is we're going to take a look at a word problem. We're going to set up a linear equation to solve that problem. So let's go ahead and take a look at the problem as it is. So here it is. A married couple makes $100,000 per year. The husband earns $8,000 less than twice what his wife earns. Determine how much the husband earns and what the wife earns. So there are several things we're trying to do here. First of all, we know the total amount of money that the couple makes. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this down here at the bottom, 100,000. So whatever our answer is going to be, we know it's going to equal $100,000. That's the thing we know first off. Now, the next sentence is basically saying that the husband earns $8,000 less than twice what his wife earns. This contains the secret to what we're supposed to put on the right-hand side of our equation. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of funny things happening to the husband, so we don't want to deal with him right now. But we know for a fact that the wife's salary, whatever it is going to be X. Why do I know? Because if you look at the second sentence, nothing funny is happening to the wife's salary. It's just whatever it is. It's the base value, if you will. I'm sure there's a more technical term than that. So for the wife, we know that it's going to be, X. We could just use X as our variable. Now, for the husband, it's a little bit more complicated. He makes $8,000 less than twice what his wife earns. Now, remember that together, they make this $100,000. So that means that whatever we do, we're going to add the wife's salary and the husband's salary together, and that should give us the $100,000. So here we go. We know we're going to add, but now what are we going to add? Well, one thing, let me make sure I can make this clear here. One thing that we do know is that the husband makes $8,000 less than twice what his wife earns. So he makes twice what his wife earns. That means that he is going to go down here and he's going to be 2x, but it's not completely twice because it says also up here, if you look closely, it says 8,000 less. So right here it says 8,000 less. So what we need to do now is that we need to subtract this 8,000 right here. So this is what we got. We got 100,000 equals x plus 2x minus 8,000. Now, why do we have the 2x? Because he makes twice what his wife earns. Why do we have minus 8,000? Because it's double minus 8,000. Double less than 8,000. That's what's happening there. So this is the full equation right here. So now, what we need to do now is we combine like terms. First of all, that makes it easiest for us. So x plus 2x. Let me go ahead and do this for you. X plus 2x, that is going to be 3x. And so I still have my 8,000. That hasn't changed because I haven't dealt with that yet. And of course, I still have my 100,000 over here. My 100,000. That's what I'm going to do right here. Whoops. Now, the next thing I have to do is I need to get rid of the 8,000, if you will. By removing the 8,000 from the right-hand side and moving it to the left-hand side, I will be able to isolate my variable even more. As you know from solving equations, the primary goal is to isolate the variable to get it by itself. So to do that, I think we know this is not too complicated here. All we're going to do is add 8,000. Why are we adding? Because adding is the opposite of the negative sign or the subtraction sign over here. So I add 8,000. Add 8,000. And that leaves me down here at the bottom, 108, 123 equals 3x. So we're almost done. Let me go to a new slide here. So I have 108, 123 equals 3x. Now, right now I have 108,000 equals 3 times x. That's what 3x literally means. So with the 3 times x, the opposite of multiplication is dividing. So what I do here now is I divide both sides by 3. That will eliminate my x that is causing me the grief right now. And it'll only leave me with the, not the x, it'll remove the 3, I'm sorry. It'll leave me with only the x by itself. So I divide both sides by 3, if you will. Divide both sides by 3. And so let's see here. Down here at the bottom, 108,000 divided by 3 is going to be 36,000. And that'll equal x. So the x, if you remember, 36,000, this is what the wife earns. This is her yearly salary. Now, to figure out how much the husband earns, this is what we have to do. We have to take this piece right here, this 2x, minus this 8,000 to figure out what the husband earns. That's one way to do it. Another way would be just to subtract 36,000 from 100,000, but let's just keep it simple. So we do down here at the bottom, real quick. Again, you probably already know intuitively what the answer is. So 2 times 36,000 minus 8,000. The answer is very, very clear. 2 times 36,000 is 72,000. So 72,000. 72,000 minus 8,000 equals 64,000. That's our answer. Well, there should be some zeros underneath that. Sorry. 64,000. So the husband earns 64,000. That's what the husband earns. And you could probably already see, if you take 64 plus 36, it equals 100,000. Now, some of you are thinking, wait. Should it equal 108,000? No. If you look at the original equation right here, the original equation was 100,000, not the 108. We got 108 from when we had to remove the 8,000 from the right-hand side of the equation over here to the left-hand side. That's why we got that. But that was not part of the original equation. The original equation, again, if you look at the problem, it says $100,000 per year. 64,000 plus 36,000 is 100,000 per year. And so this is one way of how to address and to deal with word problems that require a linear equation. A lot of fun. So I hope that this video was useful for you. In this particular video, we learned about how to use linear equations to address word problems. And so there's an infinite number of ways that we could address this, different problems we can make, and all kind of complicated things we could do. But the primary thing that you have to keep in mind is converting the sentences, the words inside the actual, problem into the pieces that you need for the equation. Once that is set up, solving the actual equation is just following the basic steps that we always do in solving a simple linear equation. So I want to thank you for watching. My name is Darren Thomas. I am the Director of Educational Research Techniques. Take care.